What's up? It's your girl Jack, and you are now tuned in with Hello Somebody the podcast. Okay,
It's your boy Kordencio Vivo, and you're now tapped into Hello Somebody the podcast.
We are now here with the host, proprietor, the creator, the star of the show, Kordencio Vivo. How you doing today, my brother?
Bitch, I'm big boo. Nah. I'm doing amazing. Oh my God, I'm doing amazing. I'm excited. I'm ready to get this damn show on the road.
Now that you know now, you created this idea, and it's on its way now. You know, it's up walking and taking shit. How do you feel about that? Knowing that something that you created is now full-fledged.
It's like a dream come true. You know, I don't want to sound arrogant and say that like I'm not surprised. And the reason why I say that is because when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know, but I am grateful for the momentum that it has gained. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really grateful for that, and it kind of feels like, God damn, the people really fucking with us. You know what I mean? And I don't give a damn who you are. Like, that's an amazing feeling. To know that I started by myself in the living room doing 5-minute shows, you know, to getting a contract with the radio station, to now headed to YouTube. Damn, it's an amazing feeling. Like I said, it's like a dream. It's like a dream come true.
Okay, Jake, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. How you feeling?
I'm good. We got to get right to the business. You know what I'm saying? Now that you and the team are about to start season 3, what are you looking forward to going around this time in the season?
I think what I'm looking forward to the most is just, I feel like honestly getting to see all our dreams, you know what I'm saying, actually unfold. You know, it took us a lot to get where we actually are right now, and that is, you know, we've been waiting for this moment for a little while now, and so it's gonna be good to actually see it on camera. You know, get to see our progress, everything. I'm really excited for YouTube. You know, I'm excited for the visuals. I'm excited for everything.
For sure. I'm excited to see where you guys take it. Charlotte is growing real fast. We got business, entertainment, everything popping off in Charlotte right now. What do you look forward the most about being here in Charlotte and starting y'all foundation in Charlotte?
Honestly, I feel like just continuously to help put our city on the fucking map. You know what I'm saying? Like, Charlotte been that city for a while now. Like, we've, you know, been in the eyesight of the people, you know, and I still feel like we don't quite get the recognition that we actually deserve. You know, I feel like our city is full of, like, you know, heavy hitters. I feel like so many talented people, so many talented artists, so many unnoticed people, you know, unrecognized people are in our city, and I just feel like, you know, anything we can do to continuously put our city on the map, you know, keep us rising, I feel like, yeah, that's
I think as far as starting the show in Charlotte, I feel like it only makes sense, you know, and it's something to be said about when you have something going on in the city that you are from, because you're able to feel that genuine love from your fans, your supporters, your family members. I think it's a different feeling when people that know you really fuck with you and it's genuine, you know. And then also, I've always said for all these years that Charlotte was like one of the world's best kept secret. You know what I mean? Luckily, people are starting to pay attention to us, but the way we didn't need them to, because we was already goddamn doing out the thizzle. But I am grateful that the podcast is starting to kick off in a time where Charlotte is getting the recognition that it's getting.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Especially now that I remember back in the day, motherfuckers used to come down from New York and so where they was this shit.
Okay, and they ain't went no motherfucking well. Been down here and since goddamn Jesus, and ain't left no motherfucking well.
Facts.
And I will say this: Charlotte has that effect on people. You know what I mean? Charlotte has that effect on people to where, like, once you come, it's kind of like, damn, like, I kind of wish I would have came here. I would have came here sooner. But like I said, people are starting to recognize it. I'm seeing Charlotte on a lot of TV shows now, so I'm really like grateful that the podcast is actually building the momentum that it's building during this time.
Facts. you got a lot of ups and downs during the show, and the fact that y'all going on season 3 and all the greatness that y'all doing, what do you think is your most memorable moment of this podcast so far?
My most memorable moment. Personally, I'm gonna say I got two of them. The first one is when I feel like my very first time getting candid on the show. I had a conversation with the other host, and I was speaking about my dad. Now, I had always been honest before, but I didn't really. That is the time I really remember most about tapping into my personal life. You know what I mean? Now, as far as like memorable, as far as like get the people going, I'm gonna say. I always go back to the episode in season 2 when we talked about the Kurt Franklin and his son situation. I feel like that podcast, even though it was later into the season, that podcast is where it was solidified that this was a podcast like no other. Like this was like one of those podcasts. If you haven't seen, Frankly Speaking, it's still up on all streaming platforms where you can find all streaming podcast platforms where you can find the podcast. Check it out. It's called Frankly Speaking. Look it up. Hello, somebody.
Hell yeah. We're gonna definitely check that out. We definitely gonna check that out.
For sure.
My most memorable moment. Oh my gosh, we have 3 seasons. I think most memorable. Oh, most memorable. I can't even speak on just yet because it hasn't dropped. I can't speak on it, but just do know. This is what I will say. When it does, you're gonna know exactly fucking why. You're gonna know what moment it is. You're gonna know what, like, you're just gonna know. All I can say is just stay tuned in. We have so much in store for season 3. Like, yeah, my most memorable moment is season 3. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Do you think that season 3 is gonna be the most controversial of all the other seasons?
Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely. Definitely. I think this one right here gonna be the one right here. Yeah.
We all know how y'all get down. The way y'all speak, y'all very candid. Y'all don't hold no punches.
Nothing.
Being as that you guys are this way, you have no filters, we should say. Are you fearful that can come back and bite y'all in the ass one day?
I feel like as far as if you mean, do I feel like because of how we are, could I see us maybe getting canceled? Maybe. But, I mean, when I think about it, it's like, does anybody really ever get canceled? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the cancel culture. You know, usually when people get canceled, they're canceled for a few days, a few weeks, a month. Next thing you know, they back living their best life, promoting shit, having shows. Like, I do feel like we are probably going to ruffle a few feathers. I do feel that way. But, I mean, we're not going to lie. Whatever we have to say is going to be nothing but the fucking truth. So, it's like, hey, you take the information and you do whatever it is you will.
Honestly, I'll say the person with no filter no longer exists on the show. So that's already canceled. And I feel like with this culture now, people are so sensitive that you can wake up and say anything and be canceled. So there's always that fear. But I will say this: as long as I'm speaking from my truth and I'm holding myself accountable to my truth, I don't really think nobody can really cancel me. You know what I mean? I don't think nobody can really cancel anybody. You know, the thing about being an adult is standing in your shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be insensitive with my words, but I'm damn sure gonna be, I'm gonna speak my mind just like the next motherfucker. Hello.
Yeah, we're not gonna mention the one individual that.
He who shall remain.
For sure. You guys have had some controversial moments. You was just talking about the Kurt Franklin episode and all that kind of stuff. We had some real heated arguments. What do you think is the most controversial moment in the show, and how do you think your fans reacted to that moment?
The most controversial moment in the show was, I will say, there was a conversation we had regarding Nicki Minaj and her husband and how she was defending him, and people were like, oh, she's defending a rapist and this and the third. I would say that we caught a lot less flack than what I thought we would. The topic itself was controversial, but a lot of people were agreeing on the point that we stood on, which basically was, when you choose to marry someone, you know what I mean, you now made yourself obliged to walk their walk. You know,
Right.
regardless of what happens in the forefront, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. But now you've made yourself obliged to walk their walk.
Mm-hmm.
And the people's reaction was they actually was kind of like it was more people who agreed with that process, that mind process, than people who did not agree. Excuse me. On the actual show though, that was a damn mess too because we had one individual who just made it their point to try to like point out how we were such like negative. I wouldn't say negative, but just like how we were so wrong and thinking how we were, you know, and we were thinking. But I mean, that's what people come on the show to do, express their opinions.
Exactly. That's what I like to hear, and we express that honesty. We like that honesty from y'all. That's why we keep watching.
Facts. Stay tuned.
You have created something that has all the potential in the world. It's been a while now since you created this Hello Somebody podcast. What do you think the people's response have been so far?
I think they fucking with us, for sure. I think they fucking with us. It's, you know, just like everything in the world, it's, you know, it can be a hit or it can be a miss. So far, we are in season 3, so I feel like for sure it is a hit. I can only pray that they stay continue to fuck with us, and not just with the podcast, but other things that we may branch off, you know, and do. So we made it this far, so they gotta be in something, right? Hello, somebody.
Hell, what has your response to the people that watch, and what do they say to you, and how do you take that information in?
I have like a little bit of a half and half. Well, can I say that? I'll say it's like, well, I'm not gonna say half and half, but I will say it's mixed. Like I have my group of people that actually fucking love me, like love my personality, love, you know, my character, love how I act, you know, just love me, period. And then there are those that can't fucking stand me. But I think personally, I love them all. I don't give a fuck if you like me. I don't give a fuck if you don't. I love everybody with a fucking opinion, because all that lets me know is you're viewing. You're viewing. And the way I'm gonna need your view. You can hate me, all that, but as long as you're viewing, I'm gonna need that. So, hey, all opinions is welcome. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with it.
For sure. Okay, we out here with the Hello Somebody podcast. One of the hottest in Charlotte right now. Definitely some of the greatest people I like working with on a day-to-day. But we're gonna hop right into the questions.
Talk your shit then.
We ain't gonna do too much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? What's understand that need to be explained. That's all I'm gonna
Is that the minute? Hello, somebody.
We're gonna get right into the questions. Y'all looking forward to season 3 right now. Things are looking way different than when you started. You had 4 members, then you had 3 members, now y'all down to 2. What does that guy mean to you? Is it a rebranding? What do y'all think this is due to?
Well, we actually are rebranding. Season 3, it all needs to be new. Everything needs to be new. We already mentioned several seasons before, like every time it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better. Every time. And, I mean, you know, I think we're a good little team. You know, I mean, two is always good because it's the original duo anyway.
Anywho.
You know what I'm saying?
Anywho, we don't see many hosts go. We don't see many hosts go. And I think it's like the old saying, out with the old and with the new. Not specifically about hosts, but just, you know, the whole setup. You know, especially for the people who's been following us from the beginning. It looks nothing like it does before. And I think that's a lot to do with having the right energy around you. Like you mentioned, we came from 4 to 3, and now we're at 2, but the energy still feels just the same as if we were at motherfucking 4, you feel me? And I don't want to say too much, magoo much, but I do think that a previous member who was original host on the show may be making a special return. I don't know. I don't want the people to hold me to some.
Ooh, that's some real teaser right there for the
Yes,
people.
I mean, I feel like if you a real supporter, if you a motherfucking A1 since day one, then I think you might
No.
might maybe know a little something or something. Might take a little guess, you know, let's stab at it. Who y'all think we might be talking about?
Fast.
Yeah, now that we're looking into the future with this, who this possible mysterious individual might be, but let's look a little bit farther ahead. Let's see, how do you think you guys are going to react to when you get to a place where you're recognizable throughout the world? Whenever you get to millions of viewers and followers, what do you think you guys' reactions are going to be?
Well, I already feel like I'm that nigga. So, like, the way it's gonna be that nigga, like, oh my God. But dead ass, like, I'm not gonna feel it until, like, I hear people start goddamn letting me know, like, they're anticipating me. Like, we get a sense of that now. You know what I mean? But I feel like it'll be different when it gets to a point where it's like millions of people watching. And honestly, I don't know. It probably is gonna be overwhelming. But I love attention, so I think I'm gonna eat that shit the fuck up.
As for me, just a little disclaimer. Swear to God, I had always said, even before we even got to this point, I want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I had always said, like, I don't want to be famous, but the fucking way that people just, I don't know, they fuck with my personality. They love my personality. It's like, oh my God, like, y'all leave me alone. Y'all want to be free. Y'all want to be here. Y'all want to be there. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little contagious. It's gonna be overwhelming for me because it's gonna be like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to get used to, sometimes being in the mood when I don't want to fucking be in the mood. Because sometimes, a lot of times, I don't be in the mood. And I'm not used to, I'm not gonna call them fans. I guess I'll say supporters. I'm not gonna be used to like a huge, group of people just, coming up to me and recognizing. But the way I'm gonna be that bitch though, for sure.
Hello, somebody.
For fucking sure.
Bad bitch chick.
Bad bitch chick. Yeah.
For real, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel the energy. I like the energy I'm getting. Also, whenever you guys talk about the future, we're talking about how you guys are going to be finding your way into some new fame and some new riches. There's going to be a lot of expansion to go with that. What are you guys looking forward to? You thinking about, traveling, doing live shows? Well, how do you think about advancing the podcast and merchandise and that kind of things?
I think since we started, it's always been an idea to have like some merchandise. I feel like that's what everybody does, and I don't mind jumping on that bandwagon. I think it's a dope bandwagon to jump on. Who don't want to be seen with some somebody, footage. As far as traveling is concerned, I already love to travel, but I think it'd be dope and a different experience to get to actually do like live shows in different cities and things of that nature. And that sounds like a bag.
Definitely.
That sounds like a bag.
Anything that sounds like the bag. Anything that sounds like the bag. But definitely, and actually, we had also discussed in a previous season a little bit about a live show. We first wanted to make sure that that we got our rebrand up and running and everything first, and then we was going to take off from there. It's not exactly in the works just yet, but there has been a thought though. Like we definitely, that's been a thought. That's been an idea for us to eventually do live shows and shit like that. We can do a few meet and greets. The people want to meet us.
Exactly. The people want to meet us.
But
I just want to say the reason why it is in the works, but it's not in the works because we had to change our logo. And so with us having to change our logo, it kind of like, it didn't do much, actually. It just means that we had to restart doing, like, basically start back from square one, but because we already done this shit already, it's like, so we're just trying to make sure we got looks and shit goddamn together. This go around is gonna be what it's supposed to be.
For sure. And starting at where you guys started from, you guys had a stint on Hot 704 FM, and now you guys are transitioning to YouTube. What do you think is going to be the biggest difference for you and your audience going on forward?
Do you remember when we was on Hot 704?
I do.
704 FM?
I do.
I was excited. That was a good time.
It really was. It was exciting.
That was a good time.
I think the difference between being on the radio and actually being on YouTube, I think first of all timing, because we were kind of like on like a time schedule when it came to the radio, and our show could only be a certain length. I think we had about 30 minutes, and so we couldn't ramble on. It's like we had to chop it up, make sure our edits was on point or whatever, because it had to be a 30-minute show. Also live recording, because over the radio we actually, at that point when we were on Hot 704, we were recording over the phones. We were like literally in our own individual houses, and we were doing like a video call, and then we record the audio, edit everything or whatever, and then send it over. We're actually doing live, you know what I'm saying? Like we're actually together recording together. So that's a little new, and I'm actually fucking with this too. I'm fucking with this too.
Yeah, I think the preparation is a little different as well. Like for instance, when we were recording on the radio, it wasn't so much as a visual aspect as it is now. You know, so I feel like a lot more money goes into it being on camera than when it's actually, you know, speaking into a microphone and nobody ever gets a chance to see you. But I fuck with that. Like I actually do it. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. I will say too though, like with things being on camera and with it going on YouTube, it makes it a lot harder to get rid of. You know, like, cause we can have episodes on the radio, and then like once it's gone unless you have somebody recording it. You know, and we still have our episodes on, you know, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. But the way we can go back and edit that shit if we don't want, you know what I mean? So shit being said, if it's on the radio, it's, you know, what's been said has been said, and it's like no way of going back into somebody trying to prove that we don't say something that maybe don't want them to say. Right. But the way they can look on that motherfucking good old YouTube.
Yeah, once it go up, it's up.
Exactly.
If they heard you say it, they seen you say it. Even if you delete it, somebody got a little snippet.
But skip it. Yeah. You said it.
Because that's how Missy is. The way we get a snippet.
Let me screen record. Motherfuckers say they going live up automatically screen record.
Let me screen release.
Yeah, so it seems like you guys have been knowing each other forever. You got a real unique way of communicating with each other and communicating to the people that know what y'all are saying. Is there any worry that ain't nobody gonna always know what y'all saying? Are y'all gonna have to explain yourself in another way?
No,
but go.
Keep up, but keep up.
Piggity, please.
Yeah, thanks, but like the way, this is the thing. Honestly, swear to God, I think people actually do be knowing what the fuck we be saying when we saying it. I think it just cracks them the fuck up because it's like
it catch you off guard.
Yeah, right. It's like what? But the fucking way, if they don't, it's like. Figure it out, I'm not gonna say this because it's not that hard to understand. You never heard of tomato?
Yeah, it's the same shit. I feel like this though. People will have an easy time understanding because it just flow off the tongue when it's just us talking. You know what I mean? And secondly, you tell me. Because I've seen a lot of words that we have used on the show before or on our social media platforms, and I've seen it being repeated. I don't feel a type of way about it, but that just let me know that it's not hard to pick up and get up.
Honestly, I think it's a little bit contagious. Swear to God, like the way we talk our lingo, it's a little bit contagious. Like because people get around this, and I'm like, did you just say swear to God, forget to God?
Wiggity what?
What you mean, Biggie? When did you start saying that shit? But I'm like, I guess it's just. I know it's like one of the things that's like it shocked you first, then it make you laugh, then it's like I fuck with it.
Do it ever catch you off guard? Because it catch me off guard when like sometimes when we hear each other, because we'll be having like conversations, and these become normal conversations, and then I hear you say some shit like, and I be like, what the fuck?
No, dead ass. It still does catch
like
me off guard
sometimes. No, when I was looking here but cooking here.
I was just gonna say that. Would you look there because I said, bitch, I am fucking done. I am fucking done because it'd be one of them. We know that's how we talk, but it'd be one of them. You ain't said that one yet. You ain't said that one yet. That's
no, we got to do shit.
Yeah, that one.
I heard that one.
We're gonna use that again.
Oh my God. Yeah. But honestly, I don't think people have a hard time with it. I have a hard time with it. I think it'll just catch you.
You shouldn't let you just fucking like.
Facts.
Bug eggs.
Yeah, you guys got some unique chemistry. You guys got
Hello, man.
Chemistry like nobody else in the city. What I am interested in is who in the city are you looking for as far as the guests to bring it on to the show and have a conversation with them?
Well, we got a couple of things lined up behind us. But one person that we do not have lined up, her name is Miss Mary Mack. And she was performing at one point all the time at Fusion. She used to actually headline the shows there. All the performers would come out, and then she'd be like the last to perform because the city would be looking for her. And I see that she's up and coming and on the rise. So I definitely would like to interview her, have her on the show. So Miss Mary Mack, if you listening, goddamn, get at us. Hello, somebody, Jack.
I think I would love to have Ty on the show. I would love to have Lil Jon 4K Trey, for sure, yeah.
Why?
Because, like, first of all,
Are they from the city?
For sure from the city.
Oh, okay.
You know they gotta be from the city.
You don't even gotta tell me.
You know they
why,
gotta
guy.
be from the city.
Right.
And she is really fucking talented. I feel like she's very well known, but I feel like she deserves a little bit more recognition than what the fuck she's getting. And I don't know whether it's because she's a female artist or whatever, she's a female rapper or what, but she is really fucking dope and she travels everywhere, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's just a really fucking dope artist. And I would love to interview her.
Right.
I really would. You know what I'm saying? Gets anybody from the city, you know I'm fucking with it.
Facts.
Anybody from the city, especially all the females. So for sure, Lil Jon 4K Trey, Miss Mary Yo, get at us.
Hello, somebody. I also want to say this though, like this go around because when we were on a radio station, it just made more sense that we focus on like up and coming artists and producers. But this go around, I think we want to expand more like on entrepreneurs, business owners, you know, socialites, because Charlotte has a lot of heavy hitters, and
Yeah.
I don't think that the people get a chance to really see that outside of the city. You know, if you're from the city, you already know that. But outside of the city, I don't think people get a chance to see that for real. So we still gonna keep it hot with our, you know, with our artists and things of that nature. But I think it's time to, you know, expand the horizon as far as, you know, getting money and hustling is concerned. Introducing several different kind of folks on the show.
I'm gonna close up with all the built up excitement. We all know y'all done pre-recorded some episodes. Y'all done already stepped ahead of the curve and made some big moves for season 3. What should we as fans be looking forward to seeing in season 3?
Be looking forward to finding out about some new upcoming artists. Be looking forward to new visuals. Be looking forward to our YouTube channel for sure. Like, comment, and fucking subscribe. Look forward to, should I say this? I guess. Look forward to possibly but gossiply a new host, a new co-host, maybe. Don't hold me to it. Don't quote me. But just look forward to seeing some new faces, maybe a familiar face. You know, just be on the lookout for this because we fucking coming.
For sure.
Coming.
We appreciate you having it here, Jack. We appreciate you giving us some of your time. Any closing statements you want to leave us with?
Hey, fuck with us. Tune in. And for sure, bad bitch check. Be looking for, I have some new, before I leave. Another thing about me. I have some new exciting news coming up very soon. I cannot speak on it just yet. But just do know, you're gonna be seeing it. Yeah, on a few screens. Yeah.
Hell yeah, we
and
can't wait.
that's about it.
Shit, bigger and better. Who, you know, look forward to that. Look forward to me. Hello, somebody, and there you have it. Hello, somebody, the podcast.